My parents said my wedding wasn't important, so I made sure. They weren't invited to my life. I never thought I'd be the kind of person who'd cut ties with their own parents. But here I am, and I don't regret a single second. Growing up, we looked like your typical picture-perfect suburban family. Big yard, 2 cars, family dinners every Sunday. But behind that white picket fence, there were cracks no one else could see. My brother could do no wrong. He wrecked cars, skipped class, even got arrested for shoplifting once. But me, I had to be perfect. Straight A's, spotless room, always polite. Still, I never measured up. One Christmas, when I was 12, I spent weeks making them a scrapbook, pages filled with drawings, photos, sweet memories. My brother gave them a broken dollar store mug he bought last minute. Guess who they praised for being thoughtful? It never changed. He got into a mediocre college after flunking out of his first choice. They threw him a huge party. I got accepted into an Ivy League on a scholarship. They shook my hand and told me not to brag. Still, I kept hoping they'd see me if I just tried harder. I graduated, became a civil engineer, bought my own condo by 27, and met someone amazing. He was kind, supportive, everything they never were. When he proposed, I called my parents so excited. My mother barely reacted. My father asked, "Are you sure he can afford to support a family?" Funny thing was, I made more than him, but I let it slide. We planned a small, beautiful garden wedding. Vows under the trees, soft music, 50 people who actually loved us. I sent my parents the invite 6 months early, offered to pay for their flights and hotel. Every call, they just said, "We'll see." The day came. I stood there in my dress, bouquet trembling in my hands, scanning the crowd. No sign of them. Maybe their flight was late. Maybe they were parking. Maybe, but they never came. They didn't even call. I spent my wedding day smiling for photos, trying not to look like the daughter whose parents skipped her biggest day. 2 days later, I got a text from my mother. "Hope the wedding went well. We found a last-minute cruise deal and too good to pass up." A cruise. They skipped my wedding for a cruise. I called, trying not to break. When they answered, they were laughing. I could hear the ocean, drinks clinking. My father actually said, "Don't be so dramatic. It's not like it was a royal wedding." My mother added, "We figured you'd be too busy to notice." Too busy to notice? I hung up. I sat there shaking, not angry yet, just shattered. My husband held me through it all. He told me my worth wasn't up to people who'd never see it. Slowly, I stopped trying. No more calls, no more updates, no more Christmas cards, just silence. 2 years later, we had our first baby, a little girl with my eyes. The second I held her, I promised she will never feel invisible like I did. We didn't tell my parents. 3 months later, I got a voicemail. My mother's voice, fake sweet. "Call me back. We want to meet our granddaughter." I didn't call. Then my father had a stroke. Suddenly, I was getting calls. "Can you come help for a few weeks? You're the responsible one." I ignored them all. Finally, my mother messaged, "I know you're still upset about the wedding, but family forgives. Now we need you." So I called. She picked up on the first ring. "I knew you'd come around," she said. I let the silence stretch. Then I asked, "Remember when I asked why you missed my wedding and you laughed at me?" "Nothing. Just breathing on the other end." I whispered, "Well, I laughed when I saw your message." She started to protest. I hung up, blocked them all. Now my daughter falls asleep in my arms every night knowing she's loved. My second baby's on the way. And my parents, they can keep their cruises. They're never invited back into my life.